my screen. Mr. Vishwas, are you able to look at my screen? Mr. Vishwas, can you see my screen?
No, sir.
Okay, just one moment. I think you should be able to look at the screen now.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. Now what we will do is we will just get started with the webinar, and everybody has access to the chat option, right? So whenever anybody has a question regarding the webinar or at any point of time, I request you to put in all your questions here in the chat box. We will have a question and answer session at the end of the webinar. We will probably allocate around 15 to 20 minutes. I'll go through each one of the questions that anybody has asked in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them for you, right? So we'll just get started with the presentation. Let me just hide this. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sir? Yeah. Can you hear me? I'm Sushma Kulkarni.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I was in another Zoom meeting, but then I want to wish all of you all the best. So I appreciate the efforts taken by Hasse sir and Zishan Ahmed and of course the Typeset people who have taken this initiative, and I wish all the best to all the participants for an enjoyable learning, because this will help to in Thank you. This was my short message. Over to you, Hassan sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I request to Jishan, please start your session.
Sure. Thank you, Vishwas. Now, what you're looking, I'll take you through I'll take all the participants through one of the, most common problems that are faced by any active researcher or any author of a paper today, right? So, and writing a research paper is considered to be one of the most academic requirement today, because it is helping universities get better rankings. Because today most of the universities in India are being ranked through NIRF, and it has become a mandatory that researchers and the professors and all the teaching faculty also has to publish research papers today. So most of the scenario today in the research writing starts by choosing a particular subject area. Now, if you wish to write a research paper, you will go ahead and choose a particular subject area. It might be a research paper in physics, it might be a research paper in chemistry, biology, nanophysics, astrophysics, nanotechnology, IoT, or it might be from any subject area. Now, every researcher, whenever he decides to write a particular research paper in a subject area, he starts by doing some sort of a research. He will start by looking at some of the research papers that are already been published. Now, once you have written the research paper, the next step is to get it published, right? Now, when you try and publish that particular research article, you will go ahead and search for a particular journal where you would want to publish that particular research. Now, during this process, there are a few common problems that almost all the researchers today are facing while they're writing the research and while they're trying to publish the research. Now, I'll take you through one by one which is the most common problem that are faced by the researchers. Now, the first problem actually starts at the very basic level, where formatting takes a lot of time and manual effort. Now, imagine that you've already written a research paper. It might be of any subject area. Now, once you have chosen a particular journal, the journal has something called as a submission guideline. Now, I'll take an example of Elsevier. Let's just type as Elsevier submission guidelines. Now, you have something called as Guide for Authors under Elsevier. Now, whenever you wish to write an article for Elsevier, not just writing an article, you also need to remember that these are the submission guidelines, that this is how the text should look, this is how the size of the text should be, this is how you need to be formatting, whether it is a single column document, whether it is a 2-column document. You also need to look at the subdivision. How does the subdivision numbers work, all of these guidelines have to be remembered by a particular author or a researcher. Now, it requires an extra manual effort from an author or a researcher, not only to write a research paper, but also to format a research paper according to these guidelines. Now, that is the reason we believe, and we did a recent survey in which we figured out that this is one of the major problems where most of the researchers today are facing. Because now the next problem that most of the researchers face today is the research space doesn't have a particular research tool to write a research paper. So most of the research papers today are either written on an MS Word, or either they're written on LaTeX, or either they're written on any other tools, like people can write it on a notepad or anywhere else. So the research community doesn't have a particular editor, or doesn't have a particular tool which will help them write a research paper. Now there are other tools like Overleaf or anything that is also based on LaTeX. So even in that way, what you have to do is you have to write a particular code even for adding a particular title. Let me just show you a LaTeX code just to add a particular title. Now, if you just search for online, you can see that just to add a particular title page, this is the number of lines of code that you actually need to add if you want to write the title of a research paper in LaTeX. Now, that is why we believe that learning LaTeX is also an additional effort. Now, that is the reason we believe that LaTeX has a huge learning curve. And whenever you're writing a research paper, there are many other specifications, such as formatting of a particular reference, formatting of a table, formatting of a, formatting of a figure. That is the reason LaTeX has a huge learning curve. Now, that is the second most problem that is faced by most of the researchers today. Now, the next problem is, as I mentioned to you before, that there are no powerful tools for citing, formatting, or building research. Now, what I mean by citing is every journal makes it mandatory that any references that you will add in the document have to be cited in text. Now, most of the citation today will be done by using tools like Mendeley, like Paperpile, like Zotero, and then you will actually work on combining these researches, right? Now, that is the reason what we have done is we have actually combined all of these tools and built it into a proper suite. Now, the next problem is, how does the collaboration work with co-authors? As you might know that for each individual research paper, there might be multiple co-authors, that they might be about 2, they might be 3, or they might be 4. Now, whenever if you wish to collaborate with the co-authors, how do you collaborate with them? Right now, today, the collaboration happens offline, where all of the co-authors would sit at a place and then they would decide on how do you write about the research paper. Now, if you want to collaborate with any one of your guide, you might be writing a PhD thesis, or you might be writing a research paper. You might want to consult that with your guide, and you might collaborate over an email. So now this is how the collaboration happens today, offline. Now, how do you get it independently reviewed as well? Now, it becomes a mandatory task that before you go ahead and publish a research article, you need to get it independently reviewed by your guide, or by any of your, somebody who is actually guiding you writing a research paper. Even if you want to collaborate with them, you still will collaborate with them offline. That is via email, or you will just go ahead and wait with them, meet them in offline, and then you will probably get the document review. Now, how can Typeset actually bridge this gap? Now, before going to that, I'll also tell you that little about Typeset. So Typeset is a authoring platform which actually helps authors write papers better and in an efficient way. Now, we have close to about more than 400 plus authors today on Typeset, and we have more than about 60,000 co-authored articles. We are present across 91 countries, and we have been in 700 plus countries. In 700 plus countries. Now, These are the institutes that we have been collaborating with. We have some of the top publishers such as Elsevier, IEEE, ETH Zurich, Stanford, PHA, and everybody else. Now, as I mentioned to you, that we had done one of a survey which actually gave us some amazing results, that it can be estimated that about 1.5 million hours are wasted on reformatting rejected articles per year. Now, this is one of the common problems that is being faced by the authors across the globe. And the next statistics tells you that based on one survey, an author has to go through an average of 1,979 guideline words to format their submissions. Now, this is an exact example of that. So this is a guideline copy of which you have to, an author has to go through. Now, how does Typeset actually help in writing a better research paper? Now you can see that we have actually exclusively built this authoring platform for researchers. So when we actually built this research software, we kept in mind that we wanted to bring in all of these different problems and build it into a complete software that can actually help researchers write better research papers in a much efficient manner. Now, as you can see, it is built to eliminate the formatting needs. Now, you do not need to actually understand this particular guidelines. So on our software, we have already built templates which are built according to the specific guidelines of these journals. Now, that is the reason what you have to do is you just have to know the name of the journal. You put in the name of the journal, you will get a template, you upload your article, and then the formatting happens automatically. Now, we have more than 50 plus verified journals, which are Scopus and Web of Science Index. All of these journals are very high reputed journals with a very good impact factor score. Now, how does it work? So basically, the editor is a very clutter-free editor. You do not need to know any sort of a coding. If you have already written a research paper on MS Word, you can directly upload it on Typeset and just format it within a span of about few seconds. So adding a reference, equations of figures and tables is a very easy task. I'll actually take you to the live demonstration. So I'll show you how easy the software is to operate and to understand. And as I mentioned to you, that the formatting actually happens automatically. And what we have done is we have built templates by understanding the guidelines of each of these 50,000 plus journals. So what you can do is you can directly auto format the research paper and then download it in any of the format that you would actually want for. Now you can see that we can download the submission ready research papers in PDF, MS Word, and LaTeX formats. So once you have completed the formatting, you downloaded the paper, and then you just directly go ahead and submit it on the journal's website. Now, there's another important feature that we have built is, by any chance, let's assume that you're actually writing an article for Journal A. Now, if the Journal A rejects your paper due to any of the reasons, saying that it might have had more number of submissions, or it might have had, it might have not, the research paper that you are writing would not be under the, subject area of that particular journal, or any such issues. Now, an author has to actually go through reformatting it to any other different journal. That reformatting of a research paper into a different journal can be done instantly on Typeset. Now, as I mentioned to you, that the authors or the guide or any person who's actually want to collaborate with you over the document can actually go ahead and do that seamlessly on the platform. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll just go ahead and jump on to the live demonstration, and I'll take you through the demonstration steps one by one so that you will be able to understand the platform in a much better fashion. Now, all the participants who are a part of this webinar can go ahead and visit on typeset.io. This is one of our website. So we are currently offering free trials up to 1,000 word limit. So you can just go ahead and create an account for yourself by clicking on sign up. You put in your name, email address, and password, and you can just go ahead and create an account for yourself. Now the moment you create an account, you can log in using your email address and the password. You put in the email address and password here, and you click login. Now, as you can see that the moment I logged in, the moment I logged in, you can actually see that I landed on the dashboard. Now, the moment you land on the dashboard, you can see that all of these documents that are appearing here are some of the documents that I've been working on. Let me just hide this. Yeah, now you can see that these are some of the documents that I've been recently working on. Now here on the dashboards, you have a tab that tells you that these are the recent documents. These are some of the documents that you've been working on. Now, as I mentioned to you, in the formats gallery, we have close to about 50 plus thousand journal templates, which are Scopus and Web of Science indexed. You can choose from any one of the journal that you want to write a research paper for. Now, this number tells you that these are the number of templates that we have on the platform. Now we have journals from top publishers such as Elsevier, you name any top publishers, and we have that particular research paper on our software. And then even in the universities, we also provide formatting option for thesis, for dissertation templates, for project reports, and all such features. RIT, Rajaram Bappu Institute of Technology, has multiple templates on our platform. I'll take an example of that and I'll show it to you during the demonstration. And now we also have generic templates. So if somebody wishes to write under a generic template of APA, MLA, or any other template, you can just go ahead and write that as well. Now, if you also wish to write a research paper for conferences, we do have multiple conferences under our templates. You can see that we have about 16,000 conference templates. You can just go ahead and pick any one of these conference templates and format it accordingly as well. Now for the demo purpose, I'll just go ahead and search for a publisher. Let's assume that we are writing a research paper for physics. You just need to come and type in as physics. Now, whenever you type in as physics, you will actually have all the journals that we have under the keyword physics. Now you can see we have Journal of Physics from IOP, we have Journal of Physics from different, from different journals. Now let's just search for, let's say, American Institute of Physics. Now this is one of the template from AIP. Now the moment I search for AIP, it will take some probably about 20 to 30 seconds. And then you can see under AIP, we have multiple journal templates. You can choose from any one of these journal templates. Let's search a Journal of Mathematical Physics. You click on view. And the moment you click on view, you will actually see that this is the submission template of a particular research paper. Now, whenever you're writing a research paper for Journal of Mathematical Physics, your article should be formatted in this way. This template follows all the guidelines. It follows the specification of the references style. It follows the specification of the font style, the size, the flow of the document, and everything is inbuilt on the template. Now, I'll choose any 2-column template so that scientific publishing group. We'll search for scientific publishing group, and under scientific publishing group, we'll be able to choose any one of the journal. Let's say American Journal of Life Sciences. The moment you click on this, you can see that this is how the document looks like. Now, once you have selected a particular template, what you have to do is you just have to come here and upload and use format with. If you have already written a research paper in an MS Word file, you can come and upload that particular MS Word file. Or if you want to start from a blank document. Now, what a blank document means is you will be able to directly write on the Typeset platform. But since most of the researchers today write the research papers in MS Word, we have built this option where you can directly. Yeah, Vishwas.
Yeah, Zishan, please go slow. Sir.
Okay, you want me to go slow?
Yes.
Sure. Now, what you can do here is, if you have written a research paper in MS Word file, you can directly upload the MS Word file here by choosing a particular template. Now, since most of the research papers today are being written on MS Word, you can just go ahead and upload that MS Word file directly here on the platform. Now, we selected the journal template, and then we are now uploading the MS Word file. You click on MS Word file, and then you will have the you will have the local system that will open up. You search for the document, and then you upload that particular document here. I'm uploading the document. I click on open. Now, once you click on upload, we have built an artificial intelligence engine, which will actually understand the schematics of your document, and then it will import all the content that is available in your document. It will take about 30 to 60 seconds, depending on the internet connectivity that you have. Now you can see that the document has been imported. Now the AI systems actually could understand the schematics of the document, and now the importing has been completed. Now before the completion happens, what you have to do is there is a four step process. All these steps are very simple. What you have to do is you have to click on let's go, and then now this pop-up is telling you to select the title. You select the title first, and then you click save and continue. Now this pop-up is telling you to select the authors and affiliations. You click on authors and affiliations, and then you click save and continue. You click on authors and affiliations, and then you click save and continue. You click on abstract, and then you select the abstract first, and then you click save and continue. And then you go back to the references, you select the first reference, and then you select the last reference. Now, kindly pay attention here, where you can see here that the name of the references are actually jumbled up. So the name of the authors is actually at the end. Even here, you can see that the name of the authors is at the end. So even if you have made such errors where the name of the authors is actually at the end of the references, the software is capable of making those corrections and formatted it according to the reference guideline. Now, once you have selected the references, you click save and continue, and then you do preview formatted document. The moment you click on preview formatted document, it will take about 30 to 60 seconds, within which the software would automatically convert this research article into the template, into the submission guidelines of American Journal of Life Sciences. Now you can see that towards your right screen, what you're looking at the document is a formatted document. Now here you can see that this document was actually a single column document without the formatting of the without the formatting of the author or the abstract. You can see that this information has already been added by the software. The abstract has been formatted accordingly, and all the other contents, the keywords have been added, and the introduction and everything has been added automatically by the software. You can see that all the images and the tables will also have been automatically imported. You can see that within a span of about 30 seconds, we were able to convert this research paper article into the guidelines of the American Journal of Life Sciences guidelines. Now, if you want to make any edit, what you have to do is you have to click on edit on typeset. The moment you click on edit on typeset, you will actually land on the editor. This is where you will be able to add or delete or make any modifications to the content of your research article. You can see that the content in the document has already been migrated. And you can see here that the author information has been migrated. You can see in the keywords have been migrated. So there will always be an extra copy of the keywords that will get migrated. You just have to delete it. And now you can see that your document is has been migrated. All the content and the figures and the tables have been migrated on the software. Now what you have to do is there are a few manual elements that you have to do. So the caption of the figure will always be at the bottom of the figure. You have to cut this, you have to copy the caption here and then paste it here in the right space. You can see here that this is the caption, and then you add it here, and then you just delete this particular table. Now you can see that the rest of the entire document has been migrated. All the tables have been migrated. The formatting of the tables would be done automatically. And now there is one other element that you have to go ahead and do, that is citing a particular references. Now you can see that the references have been imported, and anything that is there in the bracket is actually a reference. Now if you want to cite that particular reference, you just go here, click here, just in front of the reference, you click on cite, and then you click on the reference bar. Let me just show it to you here. You click on this and then you click on the reference bar. And now there is an option that comes to say, which tells you to link a citation. Now the name of the reference is Kobayashi and Fisher. You have the reference bar that will open here towards the right screen. Now you just have to click here and search for Fisher. And then you will have this reference that will come here. And then you can just go ahead and delete this particular reference. Now, even here, we give you an option to change the formatting from author year style to author comma year or only author or year. You can choose any one of your style. You can choose only author, or you can choose go ahead and only choose an year, or you can only go ahead and choose author comma year. Now, for some other journals, the referencing formatting will be done under the number 1 like this, number 1 or number 2. I'll show you a different journal template once we have completed this formatting, because that will also show you that how our particular software follows the guidelines diligently. Now, similarly, wherever you have references, you just go ahead and search for them and then cite them. And then you just delete this other references. Similarly, you have a reference here. Similarly, you have a reference, you click on cite and then you search for this particular references. And then you cite this particular reference. Now, once you have added this particular reference, what you have to do is you just have to delete the old reference that is a part of the document. Now, once you have deleted that, now if you want to cite a particular table or a figure, you also have option to do that. Now, wherever you want to cite a figure or the table, just move the cursor there, click on cite, and then choose whichever element that you want to cite, whether a table or a figure. Now you select on table. Now you have all the tables that will appear here. Now let's just click on the same one. You click on table 1 and this table gets cited. Now similarly, if you want to cite a figure, you can do that as well. Now you can see here that there is a figure 1. You delete this figure 1 and then you click on cite and then you select figures and then you choose whichever figure that you want to cite. You can see that the figure also appear here. You can have a look at the figure and then choose whichever you want to add, whether a figure 1 or a figure 2. You click on figure 1 and this gets cited. Now, once you have done everything, now if there are equations in the document, the equations would automatically get migrated. You do not have to do any sort of a manual effort. But by any chance, if you want to add an equation, you can just go ahead and click on insert, and from an equation, you can choose whether you would want to add a inline equation or a standalone equation. Now let's assume that we would want to add an inline. You click on inline equation and you have a beautiful visual editor that will open up on the platform. You can choose from any one of the mathematical elements that you would want to add. So we have a very comprehensive equation editor with all the mathematical functions that you want to add. Now you can see that we have definite matrices. You can choose the number of rows and columns that you would want to add. And even we have chemical functions that are inbuilt within the platform. You can choose all the chemical elements from anything from here. That is how you can go ahead and add a mathematical equation. Now, if you want to add an equation in LaTeX as well, you can click on this LaTeX option and then just copy paste it. Now I'm just clicking on the escape option and then you can see that this equation gets added. Now, if you want to click on edit and if you want to add an equation via a LaTeX equation, you can even go ahead and do that. Now you can see that in LaTeX, the LaTeX code of a particular equation has already been added. Now this is how, if you've already written an equation in LaTeX or any other mathematical tool, you can just go ahead and import that automatically here. Now since we have used the visual editor, this is how the equation looks like. I'm clicking on, and this equation gets added. Now, once you have added all the equations, now what you have to do is you just have to click on output. Now, the moment you click on output, now you can see here that the bibliography style is APA. So now this is the power of the software, where you can see that the formatting happens automatically. You can see that the equation that we had added is appearing here. And you can see that the references that we have added here are appearing here. You can see that the entire formatting of the document has been done. Now, but you can see that the images are appearing as a complete full images into the entire page. Now, I'll show you how easy it is to format even the images as well. Right now, you can see that the column, there are multiple settings here. I'll show you this multiple settings at a later point of time. Now we click on write. Now, since the images are actually appearing over an entire span of the paper, now how do you make an edit? Now, if you want to do this edit on LaTeX or on MS Word, it will easily require multiple lines of code on LaTeX, or even if you want to do it on an MS Word, it will require you a couple of minutes here. But on our software, you can just click on these three dots and just make it column fit. And the moment to make a column fit and then just do an output and then do a refresh preview. Now you will see that the image that was spanning over an entire page now would automatically get converted into a column fit image. So it will take about 30 to 60 seconds depending on the internet connectivity that you have. I'm just doing a refresh. I think my internet connectivity is a little slow. So depending on the internet connectivity, you will have about, it will take about 30 to 60 seconds to formatting a particular research paper. The moment you click on output, all the content that you have will actually get compiled according to the journal guidelines. Now, until this gets output, you can just click here and download. So you can see from the download option, you'll be able to download a PDF. All of these four formats at the top, you'll be able to download them, whether it can be a PDF, a LaTeX file, a docx. All these three formats are specifically for publishers, but for authors or researchers, you will have all these four formats at the top: a PDF file, a LaTeX file, a docx, and also a zip file. Now, a few of the journals might ask you to, submit the list of images separately, the list of LaTeX file, and the list of BIP file, and also a PDF. You can just click on the zip file and download this. So this zip file will have a different list of images, the LaTeX file, BIP file, and a PDF. Now I'm clicking on PDF and then I'm clicking on download as PDF. Now you can see that the PDF file has already been downloaded by the software. You can just click on open, and now this is the document that you have. You can even see that the formatting has been done automatically. The name of the authors are appearing here. The title is appearing here. So this, you can even see in the next line, it tells you the American Journal of Applied Sciences. Like all the specifications that a journal mentions will automatically be taken care by the software. What you have to do is you just have to go ahead and upload your document, and then your work is done. Now you can see that the image which was appearing in an entire page is now appearing in column fit. Now, even if you wish to make this, even this image as a column fit, even then you can just go ahead, go back to write, and then make the setting, make the change. 3 dots, and then make this as a column fit image. And now once you have made this as a column fit, you again you click on output and then do a refresh preview. Now the moment to do a refresh preview, that particular table will also get converted into a column fit image. And then you click on download and then just download it as a PDF. It will take some time. I'm just facing a little slowness in the internet. Now, once this gets formatted, you can just download as PDF. And similarly, like how this image is converted into a column fit, similarly, this image would also get converted into a column fit image. Now, let's just see if the column fit the change has been applied. Yeah, now you can see that the change has been applied. So in this document, you can see that this image was appearing into a complete full full page, but now in this, it is actually appearing as a column fit. So similarly, if you have any large tables, even then you can actually make it a column fit. Similarly, for all this table, which is appearing here as a full page table, this is a table 3. You can even go ahead and do that change as well in the write mode. Now let's go back to write and then search for that particular table. So this was the table 3. Here in this document, you can see that this table 3 is appearing as a complete page. Even then, you can just click here and make it as a column fit table and then do a output. I'm just doing a hard refresh. So this process will generally take about 30 to 60 seconds depending on an internet connectivity that you have. The software works pretty well with a stable internet connection. Now you can see that this formatting has already been applied. Let's just download as PDF and I'll show you that how the formatting of a table even happens accordingly in the column fit image. Click on open and now let's just see if the formatting has been applied. Yeah, now you can see that it is appearing in the column fit. But now also one other thing that I would want to mention here is if you can see the table, the formatting of the table doesn't look really nice. Now that is the reason in this article, the software actually understood that and it has make the formatting as a complete one-page image. Now, since you actually wanted the software to make it as a column fit, it is actually showing you this. But by default, the software actually understands the space and it will automatically make the arrangements. Now, that is the reason the software is a very intelligent one and it will take care of the formatting needs automatically. So by default, it will always be full width here. And the orientation can also be changed, whether you want to keep it as a portrait or a landscape mode. Now, if you have a very large table, you can auto break the table as well. So whenever there is a large table, you would actually want it to be a part of the first page and also a part of the second page. That can also be taken care by the software automatically. Now, since let's just make it a full width and then again do a output and then do a refresh preview. So like this, you can make any changes that you actually want to do it on the platform. All of these changes can be done in a very easier fashion. Now you can see that this table is back to a single column. Now the references that you are looking at here are actually appearing in APA style. Now by any chance, if you want to change it to any other style, you can even change that from APA to AMA to Vancouver or MLA. Let's search this as Science Publishing Group numbered. And you click on numbered and then do a refresh preview. Now, whenever you change the bibliography style and then apply a refresh preview, this particular change would just get applied to the document. Now let's see the reference would be numbered here like this. Now, if you look at these references here, the references are unnumbered. And also kindly pay attention here in the references. The name of the name of the authors was actually at the end, but now the software has made a correction by bringing them at the start of the references. Now that is how the software takes care of the formatting automatically. Now this is a 2-column document. Now if you wish to make this as a single column, you just select this column settings, make it 1 column, and then do a refresh preview. So whatever settings that you're looking at here will be set by default. So you just have to follow this default setting. Now you can see the same document has been converted into a single column document. Now even if you make these changes manually, either via LaTeX or either via MS Word, it will take some time. But on our software, it is just a mere 10-second process. We select 2 columns and then do a refresh preview. Now, there might be cases where a particular journal would ask you to move all the tables and the figures actually at the end of the document. Now you can see since we changed to 2 column, the document is completely back to the 2-column phase. Now, there might be cases where the tables and figures have to be actually moved to the end of the document. Now, by default, this journal wants the tables and the figures to be wherever they are in the document. But if you want to move them to the end of the document, you just click here, and then you have an option either to move figures at the bottom, tables at the bottom, or both at the bottom. Or even when you're making both at the bottom, you have tables first. You have all these options that you can automatically select. Now let's make it as both at bottom. You click both at bottom and then do a refresh preview. So whatever changes you make here, after these changes are applied, you will have a orange bar that will tell you to do a refresh preview. Now you can see that all the tables and the images will be actually at the end of the document, with the list of tables and the list of images getting added automatically. Now after you have done this, you just go on download and download it as a PDF. Now, once the PDF is downloaded, I'll compare this PDF with a previous PDF and I'll show it to you. Now, this was the previous PDF. You can see that the tables and the images are actually within the part of the document. I mean, wherever they were in the document. But now, since we made the change, you can see that all the tables and the images are actually at the last. So this is how you will be able to take care of all the, now if let's move them back to the default position that where they were. Now both at original position, and then now we also give you line number settings. Now by any chance, if you'd want to add a line number settings, right now the number is setting as unnumbered. Now if you want to make a numbered settings, you can even go ahead and do that, whether make it as a numbered page wise, numbered on left or numbered on right. Let's make it numbered page wise and then click on refresh preview. And the numbers would automatically get added onto the document. So using these settings, you'll be able to make any changes that you want. But ideally, all of the other settings would automatically be taken care of. Like line spacing settings, it is telling you that it is according to the journal default. Now you can see here that the numbering actually starts according to the page wise. So the first page starts from 1 to 30 here. Similarly, like this, every page would have a different page number. Now, if you do not want to have a page wise, you can just go ahead and select it as numbered on left and then do refresh preview. So if you wish to make any such changes, even on LaTeX or on MS Word doc software, it will take you considerable amount of time to do these changes. Now you can see that the numbering has started from page number 1, from number 1 from the left side, and there it goes on until the end of the document, like this. You can click on download as PDF and then download, and all these numbers, the line number settings would automatically be added onto the document. Now we were also talking about collaboration on the software. How does the collaboration work? Now, if you wish to bring in any of your author, or if you wish to bring in any one of your guide on the software, you can just go ahead and do that in a very easier fashion. Now this PDF has been downloaded with the line numbers. Now you can see that this is the PDF with the line number. So I would want you to pay attention here that these are the kind of different changes that we did on the document. So in this document, all the images, one image is actually a column fit, and then you can see the other image. In this image, in this document, we have made both of the images as column fit. Now, in the next document, we've actually applied a different settings where we actually made the references as numbered. You can see the numbered settings, and then we made all the figures and the images at the bottom of the document. And now in this PDF, you can see that we added the line number settings. So you can see that within a span of about few minutes, I was able to convert a research paper article into any of the format that I want. Now the other powerful feature of the software is collaboration. Now you click on write. Now if you want to invite any one of your author or any one of your research guide or any one of somebody who's guiding you to write this research paper, you can click on share and you can invite them. I'm inviting Mahesh typeset.io, and then I'm clicking on invite. So now the moment I click on invite, you will have an option to either give them an option where you can give them an edit option, or give them a suggestion option, or only give them a view option. So generally, whenever you're inviting a guide or a co-author, you give them a suggestion access. You click on can suggest, and Mahesh will actually receive an email with a document link. And whenever they click on that document link, they will actually have a view which will look like this. So whatever they write will actually turn into green. Like this. Or whatever they want you to delete it, it will actually appear as this. Like this. And now you as the author, you as the owner of this document, when you actually come back, now you can see I was talking to you about formatting into the number of, the name of the authors. Now this journal actually follows the numbered style as well. The references are appearing as 1, 2, and 3. Like this, the software automatically follows a particular journal guideline. Now, since we are talking about collaboration, if you bring in any one of your guide or any one of the co-author, they'll be able to make suggestions directly on the platform, eliminating the need of back and forth emails. And you going and meeting them in person and giving them time to read the document and stuff. You can directly invite them, they can read it here, and they can make any changes that they want directly on the platform. And now when you log in back as an editor, or when you log back as the owner of the document, you have an option to either select this or either to delete this. Now, if you accept this, this content would be deleted. You can see here. Now, if you say, now you do a right click, and then you have an option to do either to accept it or to delete it. Now, if you delete it, this content would not get added. But if you accept this, the green color would actually turn into black. So now this is how you'll be able to make the collaboration on the software. Now, after doing all of this, by any chance, if a research paper gets rejected, let's assume that the research paper gets rejected because of multiple reasons. There might be, multiple reasons where you might have done a late submission, or there might be the number of, the number of submissions might have been increased. Because what happens is, you as an individual researcher, only research paper that you have. But whenever a journal runs a particular issue, there would be multiple journals, multiple submissions that a journal would receive. So the journal has to make it, whenever the journal publishes the issue, it has to make sure that it publishes the research articles that are of a particular subject area or that are of a greater impact. Now, in such case, there might be multiple reasons why a research paper might get, rejected. Now, in such case, a researcher or an author would actually get disheartened, and he would feel that I spent so much of time and so much of effort in doing this research, and also in submitting this research to a particular journal. Now, how do I make sure that my research paper gets published? Now, this is where the software plays a very huge role. Now, in the generic scenario, if you would want to, now since we have assumed that we have written for Elsevier, this is the guideline. Now, if you'd want to write for Springer, you will go ahead and search for Springer author guidelines. So their guidelines would completely be different from the Elsevier format. Now let me show this here. Now you can see that their guidelines would completely be different, and their guidelines, the guidelines of the Elsevier would completely be different. So if you have to do this manually, you have to go ahead and understand this, and then again change. You can see here that 0.25 pt, 15% darker, and 60%. The black and white color illustration should be served in TIFF format, and all such specifications. So you as an author should again go ahead and do this effort, which will take another 10 to 15 days just to understand these guidelines. Now, in such cases, the software like Typeset will actually help you format this research paper into any other journal guideline with just a single click. You click on change format and you search for some other journal that you want to write a research paper for. Now since the research article that we were writing was for physics, now let's search as astrophysics. Now under astrophysics, you will have one or the other. Now you can see the Journal of Physics and Astronomy in Omics Publishing Group. You click on this, and then what you do is you will see that their format would become their guideline. Their format would be completely different from what we have done. Now this is how their format looks like. So this is the format of Science Publishing Group, right? Where you have a logo and all this, but in this format, this is how the document should be looking like. Now, once you have changed the format, and now once you've selected the other journal that you want to write a research paper for, you just click on use this format, and then this format would automatically get applied to the document that you have already processed. Now I'm clicking on use this format. Now it will take 30 to 60 seconds for the editor to get set up according to this guideline. Now what is happening is the editor is understanding the guideline of Omics Publishing Group journal, and then it is applying that to your document. Now you can see that the Omics Publishing Group has been added here. Now once you have changed the template, what you have to do is just do a output. Now once you do a output, now you can see here that the bibliography style is coming as default as Omics Publishing Group number, like this. So now this is how you can see that the introduction is completely different. The font style of abstract is completely different. The keywords and everything have been arranged in a completely different manner. Now this you can see that this journal, as I was mentioning to you before, follows all the images and the tables to be at the bottom. So here you can see wherever you had the figures and the tables, they are actually appearing as here, table 1 and figure 1. So whenever you click on them, you click on default and then do a refresh preview. So whenever you apply a different journal template, the document that the document of a particular researcher would automatically get formatted according to the guidelines of that particular researcher. Now you can see that all the images and the tables are actually at the bottom of the document. So this is how you can actually convert one research paper into multiple journal formats. After you have changed the template, you again you click on download and then just download it as a PDF. And then you go to the Omics Publishing Group and then submit this research paper article there. So if you look at Typeset, what we're doing is we're not only helping you in formatting a research paper, but we're also helping you in increasing the chances of your research paper being published. You can see this is how the formatting of this research paper looks like. So similarly, you can go ahead and change this research article to any of the journal of template that we have on the platform. Now, since we have a lot of academicians on the webinar, many people from different universities across India and across Maharashtra, you might be writing multiple theses or you might be writing multiple project reports. So in such cases, how do you format if you wish to write this, if you wish to convert this research article into a thesis format, you can even do so, right? You click on change format. And then what you can do is you can search for the thesis template. And then you can apply that particular thesis template on the platform. Now, once you apply the thesis format, the same research paper would automatically get converted into a thesis template. Now, since we have a thesis template of RIT, I'm selecting thesis template for RIT. And now this is how the thesis template of RIT looks like, right? And now what you have to do is you click on use this format. And then this thesis format would automatically get applied to the document. Now, once this gets applied, once you have changed the format, then again, what you have to do is you just have to click on output and then download it as a thesis template. You click on output, and now what is happening is you can see the bibliography style is according to the default reference style of RIT. Now you can see that this is how the thesis template looks like. Now, if you want to add your roll number or if you want to add the name of year and everything, you can add it in the cover details here. The name of the degree would be BTech, the Department of Electronics, and you have branch as telecommunication, And then you add sponsored by submission year as 2020. You will add the date as 22nd June. You will add the, if you have any running title, you can add that, or if you have running footer, you can even add that. Now, once you've added this, you click on refresh preview. And this information, the name of the degree, electronics, telecommunication, year, and the date would automatically get added onto the PDF. Now, once this is getting added, what you can do is you can just go ahead and download this thesis, get it printed, and just submit it to the university or submit it to the college, the respective colleges. So if you can observe, we are converting a same research paper into multiple formats. We're converting that into multiple journals. Let me just do a refresh here. Let me click on output. You click on output. And now the same information is being compiled into the thesis template of the RIT college. And we can see that the year has been added. The roll number can be added once you have downloaded the PDF. We'll also give you an option here to add the roll number. Currently, the roll number has not been given here. Now you can see that the place has been showing as 22nd June. Places RIT, Rajaram Nagar, and like this. You will have all the information, the declaration form, everything is automatically added by the software. It is the same document that we converted in the circulation of cabinet chair facility. You can see the abstract is here. The subheading, the introduction is actually has become the chapter 1. You can see that this is the introduction in this document, and this is how it looks like in the thesis template. Now, once you have completely formatted, you click on download and then just download it as a PDF. Yeah, now you can see that the PDF has been downloaded. You click on open, and now this is how the PDF looks like. You can get it printed. You can directly go ahead and submit it to your guide or to the respective department. Now you can see it for the references that we had linked. Whenever you click on it, it will take you to the table 3.1 like this. Wherever you have cited them, if you click on them, it will take you to the respective references. You can click on this and this will take you to the first reference. So all of this automation and all of this formatting will be taken care by the software automatically. You can download this and then just go ahead and submit it to the department. Now, similarly, if you wish to write to any conference, because most of the researchers or authors or the faculty would actually publish a lot of papers in paper presentation competitions, or they might present their paper in multiple conferences such as IEEE or Springer, Taylor and Francis, or Nature Conference, or any such conferences. In such case, if you wish to convert this research article into a conference template, you click on change format and then you choose any conference template from the conference gallery that we have. And the same research paper would automatically get converted into a conference paper. I've clicked on change format. So the moment you click on change format, it will take you to the formats gallery. Now, once you go back to the formats gallery, you can just go ahead and choose a different conference template. Let me just do a refresh. Just doing a refresh. Yeah, now you can see that it has gone to the formats gallery. Now under conferences, we have multiple conference templates. You can click on the conference and you can choose whichever conference that you have. Like we have Elsevier conference, we have Nature, we have ACN, we have AFR, we have AIAA. All of these conference templates, you can choose any one of the conference template. Like we have 2018 International Conference of Intelligence, Science and Technology. You click on view format and their format would actually appear on the document. Or you can choose any one of this template. the LCA conference template or any such conference templates can be picked up. Now this is the conference template. Now then again you click on use this format, and this format would automatically get applied to the journal article that you have. Just give me one moment. I'm just refreshing this. Yeah, now you can see that the conference template is appearing here as Elsevier conference. And now once the template has been changed, what you have to do is you just have to click on output. And then this particular journal paper would automatically get converted according to the Elsevier conference template. And then you download it as a PDF, submit it to the conference, and you're completely ready to go. Now, until this gets downloaded, there are multiple other features that I would want to show. We might have multiple librarians who are also a part of the webinar. So it is a mandate that any researcher or any a particular author or any faculty that is researching a paper has to actually go ahead and upload a research paper into a institutional repository. So multiple institutions might have different repositories such as DSpace, or they might have any other ProQuest or any other repositories. So you as a librarian, what you can do is you can click on upload to DSpace, and we can build that integration for a university. So if you already have a repository such as DSpace, you can see that the file, all this information would automatically get picked up. By just clicking on one single click, you can see that the title, the creator, the subject, the description, and everything has been automatically picked up. And now you have different type, whichever you want to say, whether this is a journal paper or a conference paper or just abstract thesis or anything like this. You search on journal paper and select the format, which format do you want to say, whether it is an HTML, PDF, or an XML. You search on PDF, and then you also have an option to select the right, whether it is a public, demo, or a private theme like this. You can make it public or you can keep it private. And then you just upload. Once you upload, you can see that your document is uploaded successfully. And this is the file link. So this is how you can go ahead and submit a research article to a repository. And we also have a check for plagiarism feature inbuilt within the software. So any author who's writing a research paper on Typeset can just go ahead and utilize this particular option. You click for check for plagiarism, and this file would automatically be sent for plagiarism check. Now you can see that this tick mark is actually telling you that this document has been submitted. We will send you the report via email. Now you will actually receive a plagiarism report via email, which would look something like this. So this is the file that you will receive on your email address. So this file would have a percentage of the plagiarism percentage, the percentage of similarity, what percentage of citation, and what percentage of references it thinks that it has been plagiarized. And now you can see that the plagiarism file will also have a different color coding like this. So similarly, you can download this plagiarism check report, and if you have to change any sort of plagiarism, you again go back to the write mode here, and then just do you can just go ahead and change the change the particular content. Let me just do a refresh here. I'm just facing a little internet connection issue. It is a little slower than expected. Now you can see that you will have an option in the write mode to make any changes that you want to do on the document. Now in the formats gallery as well, you might ask me that how do we add your particular university's template? Now we might have multiple authors and researchers from different universities that are attending the webinar. Now you can see under universities tab, we have like Massachusetts Institute of Technology, ETH Zurich, we have Stanford, we have UCB, we have few universities from Malaysia, we have Anna University from Chennai, the Cent Institute of Science and Technology, like we have Rajaram Bapu's College of Thesis, and we have Journal of Engineering template. Lakehead University, Montana State University, like all these institutes are actually using us for formatting the thesis reports. So similarly, if you wish to have your thesis template, or if you wish to have your uh, universities, or if you wish to have your institution's template, you can ask your librarian or the information officer to get in touch with Nexus company, Mr. Mahesh. And what we will do is we will share the subscription details. And if you have a subscription with us, we'll be able to support. Uh, we will help you in building this templates and enabling it on the Typeset software. And even in the publishers, so we have close to about 54,000 journal templates, which are all Scopus and Web of Science index. So if you find any of the template, which is any one of the journal that is missing, which is not a part of the journals, which is not a part of the formats gallery, you can request for an template, and that particular template will be built within a 5 to 7 working days. So now this is how you can use Typeset. Now, to give you an example, we actually converted the same research paper into a thesis template. We converted into multiple journal formats. This is the Journal of Physics and Astronomy. This is the Journal of Science Publishing Group. Like this, you will be able to, and this is a conference template. So like this, you'll be able to convert one research paper into multiple formats. It might be a conference, it might be a thesis template, it might be multiple journals. Like this, I'll download this as well. Now you can see that the plagiarism report has been completed. You just click on this, and you will have a plagiarism report that will get downloaded like this. Similarly, you will be able to download a research paper which would be like this. Now this is the PDF file which was converted into Elsevier conference. So this is how you'll be able to use Typeset and make utilize your research paper to convert from one journal to the other journal. So you can see that Typeset is not only helping you in formatting your research papers, we also help you in journal discovery. We also help you in conference discovery. We also help you in thesis formatting. We also help you in taking care of all the difficult parts, such as understanding the bibliography style. I'm quite aware, because I'm in this industry from the past 5 years, and I'm quite aware that most of the universities give training to their researchers or the authors on understanding the reference style. You might have multiple trainings on LaTeX just to understand LaTeX. So this is a very simple tool. You can write a research paper in MS Word, choose a template, upload it, click on output, and you already have the template. You already have a document that is ready for being submission. Now, so we have almost completed all the specific features of the software. Now we will have a question and answer session, and I'll just go ahead and open the chat box. So anybody who has any questions to me, everybody can just go ahead and ask that for me, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Just give me one moment. Vishwas sir, are you able to look at my screen?
Yes, Jishan.
Yeah, I think I don't know why I'm unable to open the Zoom. Just one moment. Yeah, it's here. Sure. So we are open for a question and answer session now. So anybody who has questions, they can just go ahead and type in here, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. We will also go through the previous questions that everybody has asked. Just give me one moment. Yeah, so I'll start by can we just start by answering one of the questions? I request the participants to just give me 5 minutes so that I go through the previous questions. I please request the participants to just wait for a few moments, and then I will answer each one of the questions. Just give me one moment. We will start from 10 o'clock. We will see if there are any other questions here. Yeah, we will just go how to deal with plagiarism. Yeah, so I'll start with the first question from Mr. Nitin Godkindikar. How much is the amount of the paid version of the software? Which extra features are offered as compared to the limited one? So everybody who has any questions on the pricing, what we offer multiple type of subscriptions. We offer a personal subscription. We also offer a university subscription. So if you wish to have an university subscription, you will have to reach out to the librarian at your institute or the information officer, and they'll actually help you. They can reach out to Mahesh, who is from the Nexus company, and they'll help you with the university proposals. But for individual subscriptions, you're looking at my screen now. So this is the standard price for a monthly subscription. So it starts from $20 a month. And if you have team, if you want to have multiple people, it starts from $12 per user per month. So you can choose from any one of this plan. Yeah, and then let's go to the next question. How to use thesis format means, is it need to upload first thesis format and then we can change into format? Dr. Praveen, you're absolutely right. So we actually need to build the thesis format on the software first, and then you will be able to use the thesis format. So if you have a university subscription, you can reach out to us and we'll be able to build that thesis format on the Typeset formats gallery. So Mr. Vishwas Hase is already on the meeting. You can ask him questions because we actually recently we started working with RIT probably almost 6 months back. We have the thesis template already on our software in the similar way. So we will be able to build your thesis template as well. Mr. Uttam, is it doing some related to plagiarism? Yes, I've showed you how to use plagiarism software. You can just go ahead and use that as well. And the next question is, Gopinath, is it an open source software or we have to pay for this? So it is a paid software, as I am showing to you here, that we have multiple subscription options. You can choose from any one of the multiple subscription option that you want to. How to use thesis format means, yeah, so somebody has added it. Now the next question is it open software or we have to pay for this? So we have a free version, which is limited to about 1,000 words. You can format your document up to 1,000 words and 30 output previews. So we offer a free trial, which is only for a limited number of words. The next question is, so can we make the template of thesis if it is not available? Yes, Mr. Narayan, if you have a premium subscription with us, if you have an individual researcher plan or if you have a university subscription plan, you can just go ahead and build request for a thesis template and we'll be able to build that for you. Kiran Kumari, yes, if we have the recording available with us, we will just go ahead and share that with you. Feedback form, yes, we will share the feedback form with you. Mr. Mahesh will actually share the feedback form here with everybody. People can put in their feedback, and then we'll help you with the participation certificate as well. The participation certificate will be provided by RIT. Mr. Vishwas Hase will take care of it. Next, cost of the software, does it work offline? Mr. Sai Kumar, you can see on my screen that this is the price of the software, and it is a online solution. So it is a cloud-based solution. You need an internet connection. Then is it free or having some subscription charge? You can see on my screen what is the subscription charge. So can we type 10 like figures? Yes, you will be able to do that. You can type anything that you want on the software. It is just like a normal editor. So Dr. Mahendra, you will be able to add any number of things that you actually want on the software. Then today there are some IEEE conferences where students publish their paper, but the fees of conference is almost to 10K. Is those conferences beneficial or not? So Mr. Akshay, it actually depends on what conferences you're actually trying to apply for. The reason why most of the research paper, most of the conferences actually use they actually charge you is to for all the other arrangements that they will make. It is up to your discretion whether or not you would want to go to such conferences. It is completely up to your choice. Can we write or edit paper step by step by saving it there? Yes, absolutely, Anuja. You'll be able to add or make any changes wherever you actually wish for. Now you can see that this is the, if you want to subscribe, you can actually reach out to us. We have individual subscriptions and we also have university subscriptions, but ideally we recommend going for a institutional subscription, because with institutional subscription you get priority support. We will give you any sort of customizations. If you want to add any other templates, that will be added within a span of about 3 to 5 working days. So if you have a individual subscription, there will be a delay in the priority in the support. It will be like a normal support, and then if you would want to add any template, it will take more than 15 to 20 working days. Please tell something about plagiarism. So Saurabh Joshi, we have already showed you how to use plagiarism on the software. Narayan Arkade, yes, absolutely, you can use the software to use thesis formatting. At left down corner, it is showing 95%. What is the meaning of that? So Mr. Uttam Wagmode, pretty good observation skills. So the 95% that you're looking at on the screen is actually the completion of the document. So it is just to guide the authors, to tell them that your paper is 95% complete. So the moment you click on output, it becomes 100%, like that. Can we write or edit paper step by step? Yeah. And the next question, yeah, Mr. Mahesh has already answered that question. Bhaskaran, yes, is it possible to upload our own customized format? Yes, absolutely. If you have if you have a premium account with us, we'll be able to add the customized format for you. Yeah, plagiarism, yes. Is it authorized site to work? Absolutely, yes. Vaishali Pisal, we already have multiple universities across the globe. We have been used by premium institutes such as the IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, IIM, Bangalore, IIM, Indian Institute of Technology, Powai. We have been used by NITI. We have been used by Jamia Millia Islamia University. We have been used by RIT. Few multiple institutions in Maharashtra, a lot of other institutions actually use us. So it is completely authorized, and all of the data that you have on the platform is completely encrypted, and we use some of the best in-house security so that you can be completely assured about it. Yeah, Mr. Prakash Kare, I would recommend you to just do a hard refresh and the typeset page should be working. Because of a slow internet connectivity, you might face some issue, as I was facing. And then when I did a hard refresh, the page was working fine. How much time it takes to check plagiarism? It depends, Mr. Uttam, it depends on the number of, let's say, it depends on the number of the length of the document. If the document is really huge, it takes generally about 15 to 20 minutes. If the document is of a very average size, then it will not take more than 5 to 10 minutes. My question is, so we have somebody by the name Zishan Ahmed. Somebody is asking me question. My question is, what is the security of the uploaded articles? Since articles are not published yet, it is quite possible someone will steal it and publish with his name. How Typeset provide privacy and security to one's work. So Mr. Zishan, what I would recommend you is you can just go ahead and check our data security and data privacy page on our website. You can see that we use some of the best in-house technologies such as data hosted and secure, SSAE 16 and data centers. We use Amazon Web Services, RDS and S3. So you can be completely assured that we understand that research is very private and research is very personal. So that is the reason we believe that the securities are at most priority. So you can be completely assured that the data that you have on the platform is completely encrypted. Nobody apart from you will be able to access that research paper. Nobody apart from you will have an access to that research paper or will be able to access that research paper. Second question is for plagiarism. Which particular tool is used by Typeset? Also, is this article stored by plagiarism software? So we are integrated with Unicheck, just like Turnitin. Unicheck is also a software of a plagiarism provider. Unicheck is our plagiarism partner. So it's exactly like Turnitin. And the articles is stored in the plagiarism website for a period of about 2 to 3 hours. And after that, the article gets self-destroyed. If possible, kindly report the process of checking plagiarism. It is just write to output. You have an option to click on 3 dots and then you can download it. I'll show it once again and I'll be happy to show that for you. Is this an open source software? No, currently this is a commercial based software. Chairperson and Associate Professor, if possible, provide us the PPTs of the lectures delivered. Sure, we will share that with you. What is the cost of the software? Please reach out to the Nexus subscription company. Please share your PPT. We have a free trial of the software. Yes, we do have. Can we add any other template of the local conferences? Anuja Borkar, yes, we can add the template of local conferences. Once you have a premium account with us, we'll be able to build them. We'll be able to build those templates for you. Also provide subscription details for standalone and as well for university. Mr. Mahesh will get in touch with you, Mr. Rajesh Joshi. Cost, is available training offline? So we have a YouTube channel. I'll share the YouTube channel link with you for the training session. You can have a look at the, one moment. You can have, so this is our YouTube channel. I'll share that link with you here. Subscription charges, we have already discussed that with you. What is the cost? Is it open software? No, we have to actually pay for this. For cost and for subscription, I would recommend every user to get in touch with Mr. Mahesh Wagh. Mr. Mahesh will actually help you with respect to the pricing and everything. Is any conference have given their customized latex or MS Word format? How we can use that? So Rutuja, if you have a customized template and if that template is not there on the platform, if you have a subscription with Typeset, we'll be able to build that for you and then you can directly use it from here. Yeah, Mr. Prakash Kare, I've told you to kindly do a hard refresh and you will be able to use the software as normal as it is. Please share recording with us. Mr. Vishwas Ase might have recorded the session. They will go ahead and share it with you. Narayan Fikre asks individual pricing and institution. Mahesh will get in touch with you, sir. Lavanya Vikram, yes. Now, obviously, I mean, you can see that Typeset can actually help you format your research paper from one format to the other format within a span of about minutes. So if you wish to make this on LaTeX or if you wish to make this on any of the other MS Word or Google Doc, it will take some time. And if so that is the reason we believe that Typeset is a software that can help authors focus only on the research and the formatting and the understanding guidelines and everything can be taken care by the Typeset software. Is the image quality will improve from low to high pixel, Mr. Bhaskaran. So what we do is we will process the image quality as it is, but if the image quality is really high, we will lower it according to the journal standard. But if it has to enhance the particular image, there is a certain limit to which we will be able to enhance. Any enhancement apart from that, the journal will actually ask you for it and then you will be able to upload that accordingly. Security of shared contents, you can visit our data security and privacy page. You'll be able to read that for you. Time to get paper published, Mr. Ravendra Pardeshi. So the time depends on the journal. It is not Typeset is a software that will only help you in formatting. But the time to take and to publish will be decided by the journal. So you'll have to ask that question to the journals. Now, Dr. Kusuma Lata Malik, no danger of theft? Absolutely no. You can have a look at our security page and the data privacy. That will give you a complete comprehensive information. Just to give you a kind of glimpse, we use some of the best state-in-the-art data security policies, such as some of the international banks, such as JP Morgan, Ernst & Young, all of these use the kind of security. We also use the same sort of security. Can it work on in other languages? Yes, absolutely. We support up to 25 languages at the moment. Hindi, Urdu, Arabic, Japanese, Chinese, Lebanese. Then we have Russian, French, German. All such languages are supported by the software. So JS, it will not check any grammatical errors. I mean, if there is a spelling mistake or if there are any such spelling mistakes within the line or within the content, it will detect the spelling mistakes and let you know. But the grammatical corrections will not be taken care by the software. We are trying to build an integration with Grammarly at the moment, but it is work in progress. How many papers we can do in month if I have individual subscription? There is no limit on the number of papers that you can subscribe, that you can process in a month. You can do unlimited number of papers. Is there an offer for the yearly subscription? Yes, we are currently running a few offers. You can get in touch with Mr. Mahesh from Nexus Company or visit our software and we'll be able to help you with that. How many times we may check plagiarism? I think for an individual subscription, you have about 2 to 3 checks a month. For universities, there is a definite number of plagiarism licenses that we will share. What is the maximum number of team subscription? You can have multiple unlimited number of users. How many times? Oh yeah, I mean, plagiarism software for university accounts, it is unlimited. For individual accounts, it will be about 3 to 4 on a monthly. Can this be done in mobile? Currently, Sonali, we have not launched any mobile app yet, but we'll soon be able to launch an app. So we have a Telegram group where we are helping all the researchers across the globe and across India, and all the universities. They have issues with any sort of research. They can join this particular group on Telegram, and any such information on the webinar or any such problems or any issues, we have resource persons who are also a part of the group. Will be able to happy to help you in that. So all the participants who are a part of the webinar can join this Telegram group. The billing can be done annually or monthly. It is depending on your choice. So how many persons are needed to make a team subscription? You need at least 2. Can we get current UGC approved journal list with templates? So if you have a university subscription, we'll be able to build all this UGC approved journal list or the templates. Alfia Nashik, why charges are not in rupees? Please note that Typeset is a global software, and that is the reason most of the pricing is in dollars. So that is the reason you have because since dollars is accepted across the globe, we are actually going with a standardized price. So even if you wish to pay in Indian rupees, you can make the conversion, that is $20 into 75, and then make a payment. It is as simple as that. Where can we get more information about how to operate this software? I'll share the YouTube link and our blog, help.typeset.io blog, and you will be able to have information on that. Can we extract equation from existing PDF paper? Yes, you can. But if you can extract, and if you have a latex equation for that, you will be able to add that for you. Yeah, for industry professionals, how Typeset is beneficial in what way? Mr. Manoj Mohan, if you're an active researcher and if you're from any particular industry such as pharmacy or from any other industry, you might be writing a lot of research paper for conferences. So you can use our software for formatting the research papers to any of the conference. Which software is used for plagiarism check? We use UniCheck. What about privacy? Oh, Mr. Mahesh has already answered that. What about the security of our contents? As you can see on my how many persons are needed for the team? Mr. Ramesh, yes, we do have multiple textile templates on the platform. How many persons are needed for the team subscription? You need at least 2. So as I mentioned to you before, that this is a Telegram group. You can join for the latest update on any webinars on research topics, and we'll be able to help you with that. Vishal Gaikwad, do you have any publishers from the UG care list? Right now, I'm not exactly sure about it, but if you can I'll have a look at it and I'll respond back to you, Mr. Vishal. You can help us with your email address. We'll get in touch with you. Balaji Shetty, can you build custom templates for single user subscription only? Yes, absolutely. You will have an access to build custom five custom templates in a year. So if you have any customization, just let us know and we'll be able to build that for you. So I think the feedback form should be working. You can click on the feedback form and put in your response. Ms. Dr. Ishpreet, the certificate, you would be receiving it within the span of about 12 hours. I think Mr. Hase will get in touch with you. Mr. Mahesh, can you check, is the feedback form still working, or if you have any issues?
Yes, it is working.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
No problem, sir. Namita Khot, can you give trial access for some period to universities? I just use it for Marathi and English language. So currently, I think we have not supported Marathi language, but we can support that for you. That is not a big issue. It is, since we can support all the languages, we'll be able to support that with you. We will be able to support that language very easily. Voice is not audible. I think there might be some issue with the internet. Probably that is the reason. How many times we can cite one paper? Sayali Lol. I think the citation of a particular paper depends on a choice of an author. So it is completely dependent on you. Srinivas ENM, possible to visit college visit after lockdown over? Absolutely yes. So if you arrange for a demo session at the college, we can visit and we can deliver a kind of a demo session there. For coordinating, I would request you to get Mr. Mahesh. Have any templates for English which publish in English literature? We do have. Vaishali, summarize the important points. One is Typeset helps you in formatting the research papers. You make a research paper in MS Word, format it into any journal template, any thesis template, any thesis template, or you can also format it into any conference template like that. So that is the most summary. We take care of the formatting of the references. We take care of the formatting of the images, equations, tables. So to give you a summary, what we do is Typeset takes care of all the formatting needs so that the researcher can only focus on doing research.
Yes, Jishan.
Yes, Mr. Hase. So we have multiple other questions. We'll go through about it, and then I think we're almost completed the question.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Jishan, for your valuable and informative session and presentation. Now it's time to some feedbacks from participants. Now I would like to request Professor Manjushri Navle, librarian, Hiraban Nanavati Institute Management Research for Women's, Pune. I would like to request Manjushri Navle. Hello, Manjushri ma'am. Hello. हॅलो
होस्ट इज नॉट अलाउइंग म्हणजे अनम्यूट होत नाहीये
मी केलं बघ बरं आता काय होतं का बघ.
एक मिनिट
ओके.
एम आय ऑडिबल नाउ?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Manjushri ma'am. Unmute. Hello.
Yeah, can you tell me if you want, I can actually unmute them. What is the name?
Manjushri Navle.
Yeah, she's already unmuted.
I think
I
so.
think she might be having an issue with an internet
Yeah.
connection.
Okay. I would like to request Dr. Vishal Gaikwad, librarian, D.O. Patil College, Pimpri, Pune.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, actually, Ishan, you already touched the sky from this presentation. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude towards the intelligent team behind Nexus, behind such a beautiful, wonderful software Typeset. I also congratulate Professor Vishwas Hase for organizing such a wonderful and moreover very important webinar for all of us today. I think that this is one of the greatest tool ever in the history of writing a paper. Moreover, it is a Bible of publishing. I hope you all believe with this. Thank you, Jishan Ahmed, for your simple and very informative narration, which I hope is understood by all of the participants here. I hope that we all are now confident enough to publish our papers in renowned journals. To conclude, I say that Jishan, you left us overwhelmed. Thank you once again to all the organizers, especially Vishwas Hase, Jishan, and the RIT library team, and all the participants for patience listening. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you very much, Jishan, for this wonderful, wonderful session.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to talk to you guys and also to conduct this webinar. It's a privilege, and it's kind of a very good feeling because we have been building this software for across to help all of these researchers across the globe. So we have more than about 500 plus users who sign up every day on our platform. So it's a kind of a very good feeling when we hear out from all the researchers that our platform is helping you guys write your research paper. And we hope to hear back from you if you have any product features, or if you would want to put in any suggestions to us, if you'd want to help us improve our product, we'll be happy to hear from you. So everybody who has an issue, or if you need any help, people can write me at zishan@typeset.io. Let me just put in my email address. You can reach out to me. So this is my email address. People can reach out to me at any point of time. And then this is our YouTube link. We have another help blog, which is help.typeset.io. You can reach out here. You can see that this is a very comprehensive blog. You put in anything here. I'll show it to you just one moment. You can put in anything like how to add references, and then it will give you a very comprehensive list on how to add actually the references and stuff, right? Let me just show it to you. You search here, and then you can see how to add and cite references like this. This will give you this has a video. This will also have a kind of all the description that you have, like how do you click on it, what do you do, and everything.
It's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful tool, Jishan.
It's great to hear from you, sir. And I request you to just go ahead and check out the free trial version.
Definitely. It was me who suggested to include the UGC care list publishers into this tool, right?
Sure, we will look into it.
Kindly look into that. Yeah, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation, Jishan, and all the team there. Nexus.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, so Vishwas, will we wait for somebody else to put in their feedback, or we can wind up the session? Mr. Vishwas, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Vishwas.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Sir, last session is that concluded session. I would like to request Mrs. Swati Kekrekar, madam, please propose vote of thanks for today's webinar. Ms. Swati Kekrekar. Hello.
Yeah, for all the people who are actually telling us that they're not yet received the feedback form, please note that most of the certificates and the certificates are generated automatically. So we have close to about 500 plus participants who have actually filled in the form. So the software would take some time to generate the soft certificates, and you will automatically receive that in the next 12 to 24 hours. By any chance?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
I am audible, sir.
Yeah, everybody can hear you.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. It's my immense pleasure to express our sincere thanks
Kyle,
to the keynote speaker of the day, Mr. Zishan Ahmed, who gave us very interesting and useful information, as well as demonstration of Typeset Research Studio, which is very useful for write and publish research and conference paper effectively. Thank you, Zishan sir, for your interesting, informative, and fruitful session. Now I express our sincere thanks to Kasika Education Society and our management who always supports us. Also thanks to our inspiration, our director, Dr. Mrs. S.S. Kulkarni Madam, for her guidance and never-ending support to library. I express my sincere thanks to all participants who for their overwhelming response. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Nandakumar Salunkhe, Librarian, SP College London, Mr. Mahesh Gaikwad, Librarian, SJM College Karad, Mr. Avinash Salunkhe, Librarian, Law College Sangli. Now, last but not the least, I want to express my thanks supporting partner, Professor Ameya Gauruvadkar, who stood with us and guided us at every step. I want to extend my thanks for the librarian Vishwas Hase sir, Mr. Mahesh Wag sir, and Nexus team, and a whole team of Central Library who worked very hard and smart to make this program a grand success. I would thank all those who directly and indirectly helped us for this program. Uh, all participants will get feedback form on Telegram group and chat box. Please fill it. You will get certificate through mail. For that, please mention your correct mail ID. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
So thank you so much for all the participants who are a part of the webinar. Just to wind up the session, I would also thank all the participants who could spare so much of time from their busy schedules to attend this webinar and make it a successful one. I would also want to thank the director of RIT, Mr. Sushma S. Kulkarni. I think the institution is doing exceptionally well with respect to research and also trying to bring in such good to adopt to the newest technology that is coming in the into the market. And Mr. Vishwas Hase, thank you for all the coordination that you have done with Nexus. And I would also want to thank Mr. Mahesh Wag, the director at the Nexus company. He's the person who's reaching out to all the universities and the colleges in Maharashtra and helping all the authors and researchers in Maharashtra to write research papers in a much better and an efficient way. So you to end the session, you will also receive the feedback session in the feedback form in the Telegram link and also in the chat box link. So everybody can click on that, put in your feedback, and the certificates would automatically be generated, and you will receive that within a span of about 12 to 24 hours. By any chance, if you have any issues, you can reach out to Mahesh. His contact number is given here. Mahesh, can you put in your contact number? Or you can reach out to Mr. Vishwas Hase. And then we will probably get in touch with you guys. So this is the information. Everybody can keep this information, and then we will get in touch with you. So I thank everybody here, Mr. Vishwas, Dr. Sushma S. Kulkarni, Dr. Mahesh, Ashlesha from Nexus Subscription Company, and we look forward to hosting many such webinars in the future. Thank you, everybody. You guys have a great rest of the day. Vishwas, I'll end the session, okay?
Yes. Thank you, Zishan. And thanks to all the participants. Thank you. Now, session is over now.